Okay. Hello, everybody. Here's Stefan Obertür from Zipro Solutions, Senior EAM and Reliability Engineer. And I'm happy to share this presentation with you, this topic with you today. And I have 70 years experience in the transit industry as a RUMS engineer and started with Zipro this year in May. So I would like to talk to you today about the fast-moving and changing transit management landscape, which is throughout the entire public transit industry, and how this change can also be a benefit for the asset management system, and how you benefit from the implementation from an asset management system in parallel when you introduce new assets like buses or electric buses. So with new technology, also it's very beneficial to install an enhanced asset management system. And this will be part of this presentation today. And please feel free to ask questions. I have my question window open. Then I see it and I can answer them after the presentation. Okay, for the introduction, as we see it, there's opportunity here for asset management data as a key facilitator, achieving a holistic approach managing transit. We use the word unprecedented in many conversations today and maybe way too often, but it does apply here when accounting for all the things we are talking about, for instance, the bus technology, community and internal and external stakeholder expectations, and their ideas on their transit provider services, the upheaval of world developments and impacts on supply chain, inflation, materials and technology transfer, and what happened to the workforce over the past 3 years. So all these kinds of topics I would like to talk a little bit today to become an overview and how enterprise management systems can make a whole of this to provide an holistic approach for the agencies. More than ever, in my opinion, data-driven solutions will empower public transit agencies to make the right decisions. What is very important for all projects or all implementations when we talk also about asset management systems and also new features in asset management, enhanced features in asset management, collaboration, engagement of the stakeholders is a key ingredient to any successful endeavor with stakeholders. In large and smaller fleet public transit agencies, our engagement with stakeholders, we all know, can make all the difference between a successful transition to a new business process and one that falls short of our desired performance levels. I wanted to build in this perspective and suggest that building relationship with local technical colleges, technical high schools and our labor partners is also a key for our success in introducing new technology. In all cases, both apprentice, skills upgrading and career building courses can facilitate success transitioning to new technology as clean buses, for example, or hydrogen buses. Who knows what will come next in the future, especially in terms of defining and providing the skills sets for the new technology this new clean buses bring, and that is for whether battery electric or something else like hydrogen. Such collaborative efforts can provide a healthy ideas generating forum with educational and training professionals, maintenance and labor, where also new technology or new way to work because of asset management systems can be benefits from that. and include a problem-solving, non-confrontational forum for resolution of labor and maintenance professionals concerns surrounding job skills transitioning, reliability performance, and pool of potential new talent. Because we know we are often hard-pressed to find qualified applicants in this often fast-changing landscape and in the war with new technology. So for this reason, also when we introduce new technology, we introduce enhanced asset management systems. The engagement with the stakeholders is also a key ingredient for success. Here coming to the next slide, and where we go a bit more into the way also how asset management systems can be introduced to an agency or can be further developed when also considering introduction or implementation of a new bus fleet with new technology, battery electric buses. They have already today a lot of new features on board, like monitoring systems for critical safety systems like the traction power battery. They have already also the capability for telematics, and these are all real-life data that can be at the end used for asset management systems and their enhanced functional features. But starting with the pilot program, in my opinion, pilot programs work to help us succeed as we understand firsthand many aspects of new technology and their supporting systems and how this works. What does it not work, right? So for this reason, pilot programs are very important for introducing new technology for us as we had anticipated. Importantly, we learn, we adjust our plans, and we move forward in the right direction. We keep growing as a healthy organization. So we are suggesting that another step in the right direction is to engage new ways of doing business with other potential pilot initiatives. So we have, for example, the electric buses that can provide telematic solutions, but there is also another way to enhance business, to enhance maintenance, for example, to introduce handheld devices that are also connected to a cloud service. So these can be also additional pilot initiatives that also can be connected to an enhanced asset management system. Or also, what is very powerful when we talk about asset management systems, barcoding can be looked at further to track work and materials. With barcoding, data can go directly into the asset management system and makes it easy to track inventory and also to save time. So about this pilot programs, I think when considering new projects, pilot programs can help also to implement in parallel the asset management system. Also metrics, surrounding all of our new initiatives and supporting systems in the concept for us that real-time and enterprise-wide metrics can prove out a lot in terms of understanding our investment in clean buses or new technology we have put in place supporting the success. As we see it, metrics by job title and areas of responsibility have the potential to drive corrective action when needed and improve the bottom line. How we charge, for example, battery electric buses, where and when we charge are all just part of the overall performance metrics that can define our success with our clean bus efforts or new technology effort. And let us not lose sight of the benefits of having a live real-time dashboard with health monitoring systems or for bus command centers, for example, maintenance and road emergency responses, and scheduling team members. So all of these kinds will help at the end to perform better with an enhanced asset management system. So data is the key facilitator as a holistic approach in managing transit and the asset management system is only a vehicle to help to make this real. And when we talk about transition to electric buses, for example, or new technology in the organization, we can work with electric buses. We can mention cloud services, handheld devices, telematics. All these new features bring the opportunity for agency to implement in parallel an enhanced EAM tool and to profit on the EAM features and also the enhanced features. The implementation of an EAM tool can manage the major transition focus areas as it is applicable for fleets, for facilities, the workforce. Capital investments can be controlled or planned, and operating budget controlling for moving far forward to have a good working maintenance concept is also manageable through an EAM system. In this way, the parallel implementation of the new technology with an enhanced EAM tool will provide the entire benefits of new technology, or for example, the introduction of the electric bus fleet operation, and new facility assets inside the organization can be also managed with these kinds of tools. Basic functions can be introduced as well as enhanced functions as asset monitoring through telematics, cloud services, and analyzing capabilities for health monitoring. For this reason, we see it very beneficial to implement with the new technology as the EAM tool for the organization, which will be further discussed in the following slide. And we see here, very important, when we would like to introduce a new fleet or a new technology into an organization, that we do it in phases, as mentioned before, with the pilot program, where you talk about small amounts of buses or small amounts of assets, where you can learn on it, or you can see what works and which must be improved. So as mentioned before, we found it beneficial to implement new technology in parallel with the EAM tool. It comes clearer when the implementation of the electric bus fleet or new technology happens in phases. At this phases, the implementation of the EAM tool is part of it, and it can be started with a small pilot fleet, as I mentioned it before, where the assets are manageable. And this is very important, I think. So you have a manageable fleet, and then this goes first into the EAM tool. You can set up your EAM tool and you can start learning on this. So basic functions can be integrated in the tool, and the organization can be familiarized with the tool. First experience can be collected with job plans, work orders, preventive maintenance planning, or workforce pools can be created. If this data is once in the system, we can expand our fleet, our new technology assets, but then everything else will get more easier. Training can be performed for the users, and procedures must be developed and implemented that the newest data of the assets goes directly into the tool, because the tool can only be as good as the data is in the tool. So an organization also should think about procedures in place, how I make sure that I have always the newest data in the system. So enhanced technology, enhanced asset management tools also will help you with that and makes also the data collection easier. Phase 2 and phase 3 that you can see in the middle of the slide can be used to extend the assets on the bus level or on the new technology level, and to bring also the facility into the EAM tool, for example. So to extend the data which must goes into the EAM tool, but the main functions are implemented. So the foundation is set. Most work which was performed in phase 1 can be used for the new technology assets. If the new technology assets are from the same supplier, for example, then everything will be equal as preventive maintenance plans, corrective maintenance actions, asset risk evaluation, or safety plans, for example. So this can be used you will only add your assets to the EM tool and connect it to the functions that are already integrated. Phase 2 or phase 3 can be also used to incorporate enhanced EM features as asset health monitoring, which will result in predictive maintenance. Asset alarms can be created, which will produce automatically an alert at responsible person, the depot, for example. It can be tested how good the data transmission is functioning when the bus is in the service or on the road, which I often hear this concern that what will happen when we are on the road in service, how good is the data transmission there. So with a pilot program or with a phase approach, you can test also this kinds of functionalities before you go with a full fleet into the service. Phase 4 is then only a small step to full operation of the new fleet, for example, or of the new technology asset. And the fully embedded EM system. The EM system is a living tool with the procedures in place. It can be updated effectively, and good decisions can be made enterprise-wide. And now we have talked about this new technology, new features that can be implemented. And here I would like to bring this kinds of overview that that brings this new technology into the system. And this, for sure, it's a maximum mass 8 enhanced full suite of resources. So we have talked on the slides before the implementation of the EM system in parallel with the introduction of new technology and the possibility to integrate new technology and information flow into your organization. In our opinion, the MAS 8 application is a very powerful tool which is able to provide your asset management strategy with these connections between new technology and your fleet assets. Through the availability of cloud services and monitoring devices that can transmit data from remote locations, data can be retrieved continuously or in predefined intervals into the EM system. These parameters can be vibration, for example, levels, or when we talk about the traction power battery and we would like to know how is the condition or a part of runaway monitoring. So gas detectors could be also send signals to the EM tool. Temperatures can be sent to the EM tool or voltages. And also mileage can be also monitored for preventive maintenance actions, which are triggered by mileage. So this can be done all automatically and can be go directly into the tool, and then with automatizations, work orders can be created. This feature can be used to create automations from the EM tool. For example, creating a preventive maintenance, a PM, when mileage level has been reached, or an alarm to the control center can be set when a specified temperature has been reached of the traction power battery, for example. Immediate action can be started by the responsible persons. Corrective maintenance actions can be prepared also before the bus comes into the depot. So we will bring also with this feature downtime lower. So the availability of the system will go up, which is beneficial for the entire organization. The connection of the EM system with the new bus technology will reduce downtime and save time by preventive maintenance planning due to automatizations and having all data in one tool. And here I would like to give a quick overview. This slide was illustrates the common asset management function that every agency knows and performs for decades. So on the left side with the yellow box, we have there OM budget control, asset management, work order management, job plan creation, preventive maintenance planning, inventory, workforce management. So everything is not new for the agencies. They did it for decades. But now with one tool and automatizations, they can save time with this common maximum functions. So every application is connected to other, which makes maximum to an enterprise-wide approach. with the introduction of a new bus fleet, mostly electric-driven buses, for example, the way to the enhanced Mass 8 applications are open, and an organization can benefit from these functions also that you see on the green box at the right side of the slide. It should be mentioned that not every asset is worth it to be monitored. So for this reason, we suggest to have an analysis to define critical assets, because also monitoring systems can be expensive. Also, the monitoring system must be reliable, so the design must be good for this environment where they are applied. So asset criticality, which depends on risk factors, can be also introduced into the EM tool after the analysis and helps to define assets for monitoring and future capital investment plans. So this is also a very good feature that when you have it in your system, also the risk factors of your assets, it's not only safety, it's also the reliability of the system, impact on service, regulations, or also how expensive these assets are. Everything will go into the risk factors. One asset that is for sure critical is the traction power battery for a bus, for example, not only because of safety risk from the battery runaways, also because what I said before, service impact or the cost factor. Another big application, and this is, I think, which makes asset management tools very powerful also in the future, is the mobile connection to the EM system, which makes it possible to add information from a tablet to the EM tool immediately, and when the maintainer is in the field. The EM tool will be updated immediately, and the after work effort can be compensated. So no paperwork anymore. The data goes directly into the EM tool. And only with this, in my opinion, the EM tool becomes a very powerful tool and will help the organization to save time. In my opinion, this option is very powerful when using EM tools. Here, I would like to go quickly over one feature that I think it will be more and more important in the future. I think it's still in the development phase. Not a lot of organizations are using this. Also in the transportation world, it is not very broad used. But in my opinion, also when the technology goes on and when we know how to collect data and how to put data into the system, this will be also a very powerful tool for new developments or for improvements in operations. So digital twins is a virtual model designed to accurately reflect the physical object. And maximum mass 8 gives also this opportunity with a new feature, digital twins, to create a virtual model of the existing or planned bus depot, for example, to run simulations with real integrated data. A comprehensive digital twin enables the full visualization of the depot and the operational processes, and this could be used for run simulations, study performance, generate possible improvements, right? How many buses are assigned to the depot, for example, maintenance activities, where maintenance activities are performed, how many buses are maintained at the same time, washing and refueling, service and repair, or bus scheduling. So at the end, you can generate your virtual model and see a daily operation of your depot. And if you would like to enhance this depot in the future, you can run the simulations with higher occupancy or what is important for your operation. Errors can be discovered before the work plan passes to the project construction phase. When the tool is once created, the maximum the agency is able to validate any future changes in operation to the digital twin. The main challenges at the moment with this new application in construction industry is Still low level of knowledge, low level of technology acceptance, and lack of clear digital twin value proposition, project complexity, and static nature of building data or get this data into the tool. So, a study has shown that at the moment, UK, China, the USA, and Germany are the countries spearheading the digital twin adoption in the construction industry. So I wanted to give this overview that something like that is under development. It exists already, and maybe it is something that you would like to consider for your next project or for any improvements in your organization. Risk mitigations and financial management. We also feel compelled to share that risk mitigation and financial management belong as much in the mindset of shop floor planning and in service management as anywhere else. When we consider how the COVID crisis has impacted the fare box, and while great efforts are leading the charge to change that we may not recover as quickly as we see needed, so ridership is coming back, but not so fast as the agencies would expect it. More so than ever, we need to take on the challenge of providing enterprise-wide lifetime data surrounding shop floor processes, facilities, energy deliverable, ability and consumption performance, parts consumed, job times, vendor warranty, and all of the other costs and budgets related items in the maintenance mix can be tracked or can be managed by the EM tool. Moving forward this way, our supporting capital planning processes and administrative controls in materials management, procurement, and budgeting all can be positioned to support a more efficient operation. And here as an overview, and I would like to let's recap it as we see it at the moment. Maximo for fleet and facility as an integrator. EAM tools are the ultimate integrator and all the benefits it brings with it to this specific discussion today. Whether you are completely revamping your systems or modifying partial business processes with new ways of doing businesses, introducing new technology tools and handhelds into your operations, Maximo, for example, can be your key to making this happen seamlessly. And for the entire organization, for this reason, we also call it an holistic approach that can bring an asset management tool for asset management, the integrator for collect data from different data sources, monitoring prediction and communication, as well as capital investments. So this is my presentation for introduction of new technology in parallel with an EAM tool and the new features that Maximus 8 also can provide to the clients. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Stefan. Good stuff. Now we'll break out into the breakout rooms. Just join the breakout room you'd like to join in the agenda. There's all the links there. Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.